Hello there. Well, this is a tutorial on how to make foam haunt panels. This is for the exterior of the haunt. You used to use tarps in the wind, and it was just a big pain and didn't look very scary. So thought, hey, let's make some industrial steel panels. And this is how it was done. First off, make a frame using furring strips, pre-drill and screwing together using coarse drywall screws. And then take off that plastic on the foam. And this is 3/4 inch foam. Use some foam board glue, glue it in, and then using these little plywood pieces, put them kind of all around on there, and this is going to clamp the foam in between them and also give you some wood that you can put in eye hooks or something to attach it to your house. And if you're lucky enough to have a table saw and not have to use this weird rigging with my bandsaw, you can make some nice 3.5 inch long strips out of some more 3/4 inch foam to add some more oomph to those edge panels. I thought the furring strips looked a little wimpy, so extended it out. So cut it to fit, and then use Super 77 glue, which is actually a really good foam board glue. If you get the timing right, it glues really good. Would you believe these are tile spacers? It's amazing what you can find when you're just wandering around Home Depot. Thought these looked like futuristic studs or rivets for this metal, and so kind of dug out some space and then glued it in place. When you're walking around Home Depot, looking around for cheap stuff that would help give these panels an industrial vibe, it was easy. I mean, there were just tons of cool things that you could find. So I cut out, I think these are vent covers, cut them out a little bit and then glued it in place. I have no idea what these things are, but they were really cheap. They were in the insulation section, but cut them up and they looked kind of like these cool grids at the bottom. You can also use 1/2 inch foam to build up and make a platform like more steel plates on there. When you're all done playing around, put a coat of exterior flat gray paint both sides of your haunt panels, and then use silver paint with a really wet dry brush, if you know what I mean. There's a lot of paint on this dry brush, but using dry brushing strokes up and down to give it a brushed metal look. Alright, well, they look like metal. Nice, shiny, new, not so scary metal. So let's make it scary. So using my favorite rust color, raw sienna, dab it in and just kind of brush it in places on these panels. Paying a lot of attention to those edges because I wanted it to look like it was made out of a different metal. And this brush is good for doing the edges here. Whenever you're in the center of the panel, just keep your strokes up and down to keep that brushed metal look. This was an attempt. I don't know if I liked it, but you may want to try it. Stuck some Monster Mud on the end of a pipe and just used the blowgun and blew it on there so I can have some chunks of rust. And then go around your wall of tools and find tools that would give you some interesting textures. This one I just kind of dabbled on. A sea sponge would work great. This is a paper towel. Oh, and using a lighter color brush, you want to change up the colors. That'll help add a lot of depth to the rust. Using green Monster Mud and Gravity, glop a bunch on anywhere where you think slime would be kind of coming out, and then just let it drip on down. This is brown Monster Mud that you can put on the bottom of your haunt panels to make it have like a splashed up mud look. And use white Monster Mud for bird droppings. Ugh. Important step here. This is black flat paint. and put on in a dry brushing method. This makes it look like metal, like nothing else. It adds depth, age. It's great. Again, when you're in the center, keep those up and down strokes. Well, they look done, but wanted to try some new things, so let's see how they worked out. This is that raw sienna paint really thinned down to add rust stains. So that looked pretty good, so let's put a whole bunch of it on the side of a panel. I don't know. Yep, didn't like it. So added some water to just make a wash, and hey, that looked pretty good. Kind of brushed it down, the stains, and that added some nice texture. Just kind of keep trying some new things. You know, be a little bold here. This is a black wash, and just have some fun with it. When all your experimentation has dried, make sure to use clear gloss paint on any slime that you have. Splash it on for just, you know, who knows what got splashed down there long ago that's sticky and shiny. And you're going to end up with some pretty realistic goo. Notice the diamond pattern. I used that weird tool in a crosshatch, and it looked like diamond plate. I was happy with that test. Well, I'm liking these. And they worked out really great. Kept the wind out, rock solid onto the front of the house, and looked super scary. Well, hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching again. Take care.